I'd like to welcome you all to our travel edition of our lunch club, where today we'll be looking at famous cabins. Last week we looked at the history of cabins and how they came to America. So now we're going to look at some famous cabins here in America and beyond. So Lou, we're going to explore it together with our wonderful King Agers and Queen Agers today.
All right. Well, thanks, Alex, for putting this all together.
Appreciate it. So again, very lax today. We're gonna, look at it as though as I was researching it myself. So I literally searched in most famous log cabins in the world. I mean, it's so easy just to Google something, to use the internet to find information that you're looking for. So coming up with this, I have some links for us and some videos that we'll be taking a look at together. But one of them being and searching this most famous log cabins in the world. There are so many examples here. The first one, we're going to look at Granite Loma, which is on Lake Superior, often called the biggest log cabin in the world, with 26,000 feet, 23 bedrooms, and 13 bathrooms.
Wow.
So let's take a look at.
Whoa.
So this is the Granite Loma
Wow.
log cabin.
Wow.
Well, that's not a cabin, that's a mansion.
Now, my family's from up in that area. I never heard of this place.
Granite Loma cabin.
Is it in the U.S. side or the Canada side?
Okay, boy.
Oh, I can't hear it.
That thing.
Wow.
Wow, that's not a cabin.
Yeah, no, that's a mansion.
I wouldn't hear about no one.
Nice location, too.
Look at all these rooms. I mean,
Wow.
hey,
Where is this located, Alex? Do you know?
sure, we'll take a look at some more info after we.
That's a hotel.
Right.
Alex, you said where is it located?
Sure. So if I go back to the information here, it's located on Lake Superior.
But I wonder
Brandon?
where. I guess I can Google it.
So
Is
yeah,
that
we're gonna take a
Michigan?
look at it together. So it's on the estate located on County Road 550 north of Marquette, Michigan. It was built in the 1920s.
North of Marquette, Michigan.
Yeah, so this is their website, Granite Loma. Oh,
Huh.
this is 20,000 square foot log cabin. It's in the Register of Historic Places, made from Oregon pine. Mile long private beach, 50 rooms, including a steam room, indoor boathouse, and private marina. There is an apple orchard and 13 buildings on the hillside.
Okay, so let me get a little. I bet it was built by one of the copper barons in the Keweenaw Peninsula. That's where my family's from.
It says begun by Louis and Marie Kaufman in 1919, restored to its former grandeur in 87.
Louis and Marie Kaufman, huh?
Gerald Ford intended to transform this log cabin into his Western White House. It was built between 1919 and 23 by over 400 Scandinavian craftsmen at a cost of over $5 million by Louis Kaufman. It is the largest log cabin in the world.
Oh. Whoa, go up there for 1 second. Now, where did this guy get his money from? Hold on. You're moving too quick. Okay, so it says one summer home that would rival the wooded retreats built by the Gilded Age magnates and Adirondack mountains of upstate New York. The early great camps of Adirondacks began. Hotel guests sought a more authentic wilderness experience. So the guy's name is Louis Gavernet Kaufman. Where did this guy get his money from?
Here's another video from fall 2015. Maybe it has a different view. This is a 10-year-old video. I mean, look at imagine all these trees. Like just
Wow, that's beautiful.
you must have used a drone. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing, right?
It's a beautiful
Yeah, I would
place.
like to know. I would like to know where he got his money from too.
Okay, I just found it. He was a
Look at this.
banker.
Oh, he was a banker.
He was
He
a
has a
banker,
pilot
yeah,
right
and then he
here,
was a
too.
banker in Marquette, Michigan, and then he went on to New York, and then he joined the board of directors of General Motors. Now, General Motors, that was a boom company back in the 20s and 30s.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But he was a banker.
he was a banker, yeah.
Okay. Initially, he was a banker.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
hope you all enjoy. It's really gorgeous. Great room.
Mhm.
There's a ton of history. It's 29 degrees there, so it's pretty cool. But there's
Mhm.
here's some more photos from their website. If I could zoom in. Oh wait, let me see.
I
Let me
know Marquette really well. I went there almost every year in my childhood because
Oh, really?
my
Canopy
great grandfather
room,
worked the copper mines up there.
Oh, that's interesting.
chandelier,
Yeah, I know a lot about that. If anybody's interested, maybe I can host a call on it.
exterior,
Yeah. I'm interested.
kitchen, upper room. So I mean, it'll be gorgeous when you're in there.
A
I mean,
lot
look
of
at
Scandinavians up there. Some probably 90% Scandinavians live up there.
I wonder if it's cold inside.
it's
Oh, good
we'll
question.
learn more about log cabins in a few, so I'll be able to answer that for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So beautiful, like I mean a whole harbor, I mean a hot tub, great room, the exterior, I mean the canopy room. I love to sleep here. It's quite an amazing feat, isn't it?
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So they say that was the looky here. Just
1923 Granite Loma.
here's some more information about Granite Loma.
Built between 1919 and 1923, Granite Loma is said to be the largest log cabin in the world.
With over a mile of Lake Superior shoreline, this 26,000 square foot cabin has 23 rooms, 13 bathrooms, and hundreds of acres. And if you're interested, it could be yours for a small fee of $20 million.
A pretty penny right there. Chief photojournalist Corey Atkins was invited to fly his drone around the property. He takes us there for this week's Northern Michigan From Above.
Oh, come on.
Isn't that amazing from here from the water and just being able to park right here and see everything?
Mm-hmm.
And you have this island right here. I mean, that's again, I think it's quite amazing. Any thoughts?
Looks
Any thoughts?
scary. Looks scary just that one place sitting on around all that water.
I'll throw in that this is in an area of Michigan that's incredibly desolate.
Okay.
I just mapped it. There's no roads, virtually no roads. It was owned by Henry Ford or something like a huge section of Michigan, and it was left as wildlands.
Mm.
Awesome. So this video here, there wasn't a debate, but what is the world's largest log cabin? I mean, we just learned it was the Granite Loma from that video, but we'll look at two other ones: the Old Faithful Inn, so that's
Oh, yeah.
Yellowstone, and the Chateau Montebello. So the answer may surprise you. So hope you all enjoy and learn something new.
Video, we featured the world's second largest log cabin, which left a lot of you wondering, what is the world's largest log cabin? Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to this house. It turns out that the answer to our question is a bit complicated. Before we run through our contenders, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an There are 3 different wooden structures which all claim the title of the world's largest log cabin. But certainly, not all of them can hold this title, right? Let's take a quick look at each one. First, we have the Old Faithful Inn, located in Yellowstone National Park.
I mean, look at this. I mean, isn't that amazing? This whole structure right here.
But what's the definition of cabin?
It
That's
was
like a
originally
hotel.
built in 1904 to offer tourists an up-close view of Yellowstone's most iconic geyser, Old Faithful, for which the resort was named. The interior contains 4 levels of balconies around a central atrium from which guest halls extend, with the roof's gable
Everything inside is made of log. I mean, this is amazing.
Mhm.
peeking out at 92 feet above the floor. Over the years, additions have been added to it, including a large dining room to replace the original, which was lost in a fire. While there is not an official count for the square footage, it is estimated to be in surplus of 115,000 square feet. Next, we will take a look at Chateau Montebello in Quebec. In 1930, it opened its doors as a lodge to travelers along the Canadian Pacific Railway, boasting 211 guest suites. Each of the resort's 3 main buildings required over 10,000 logs and 500,000 handmade cedar roof shingles. The main lobby rises 70 feet to the roof's peak, with a stone fireplace supporting the ceiling. Its interior space is measured not in square feet, but in cubic feet, with a total interior volume of an estimated 4 million cubic feet. The third and final contender for the world's largest log cabin is Granite Loma, located in Marquette, Michigan. In the 1920s, businessman and banker Lewis Kaufman commissioned what would become the largest and most expensive house in Michigan. The original log structure was completed in 1923, boasting 26,000 square feet. The work continued on the house until 1928, as additions were made and artists added finishing touches. So which one of these 3 is the largest? We will find out after a quick word about the sponsor of today's video, Blinkist.
Alice,
With
a
a
little
busy-
quiet.
To understand which of these is the largest, let's define what a log cabin is. A log cabin is defined as a small shelter or house made of wood and situated in a wild or remote area. All 3 of these
Okay.
structures qualify for being in a wild or remote area, but one of them is hiding a secret structural brace behind its log facade. Granite Loma, while the only private residence on this list, was built with a steel frame embedded in a hulking 2-yard thick concrete slab. While the residence certainly maintains the aesthetic, we can no longer keep it as a runner-up for the title of the world's largest log cabin. This leaves us with 2 contenders, the Old Faithful Inn and Chateau Montebello. While the Old Faithful Inn is larger on paper, with more square feet than its contender, Chateau Montebello required more materials to finish out, with taller ceiling heights at each level. While Chateau Montebello has less square feet than the Old Faithful Inn, it has more interior space by volume. So the question posed in this video is, which is the largest? And that answer depends on how you measure. If we are looking at square feet alone, Old Faithful Inn wins. But if we are looking at interior volume, Chateau Montebello wins. This might not seem like a satisfying answer, but there is one more way we could measure. If we were to disassemble both cabins and stack their logs in their own respective piles, we would find that the pile created by Chateau Montebello's logs would be far larger than the pile created by the Old Faithful Inn's logs. While the Old Faithful Inn holds a special place in my heart, based on the sheer mass and quantity of logs, the title of the world's largest log cabin goes to Chateau Montebello. Do you agree with this reasoning, or should square feet be the only factor considered? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section.
Well, we just learned the granite loma. It has basically a steel under component. So the
Yeah.
Monticello Chateau is the world's largest log cabin, but the Old Faithful Inn is not too far from it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's a
I-
wooden structure in a remote area. So all three of them had that criteria, but Granite Loma had that steel underbase.
We should be grateful they even exist. Just think how easy to burn down these things would be.
Yeah.
All that
And
wood.
that's what happened to a lot of them that we're going to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Amazing. We learned about the Knoth-Nagle House last week, the oldest in the US. It was built in the 1640s. So we learned a little bit of history about that. We also learned about the Abraham Lincoln birthplace cabin. So it
Oh, yeah.
wasn't, yeah, it was the
Hey.
replica and it wasn't really his birthplace.
Mhm.
That was a little interesting to see. Um, Here are some other ones that I had found. So just taking a look here. Okay, Lou, would you mind, there's two articles, I
Yes, I
think
would love
three.
to.
And this is from Log Cabin Homes. Just some interesting facts.
Sure. All right. A log cabin looks cozy for a reason, and it is. A modern log cabin, handcrafted with larger logs, 14 to 16 inches, offers a snug, thick wall between you and the weather outside. But there's more to log walls than their natural insulation. Logs absorb heat, releasing it slowly over time because of their thermal mass. Learn more about thermal mass helps cut your heating and cooling costs. Your log cabin home stays cozy and energy efficient during cold winters and hot summers. Well, log homes are superb sound barriers. You sleep soundly no matter what your noisy neighbors are up to. On the other hand, if you're entertaining late into the night, you won't have to worry about disturbing the early birds next door.
Is that
Because
true?
of the way logs absorb sound, the acoustics in a log cabin home are incredible. You won't get a cavernous echo or even in large rooms, and music sounds better than you thought possible. Log walls hold no secret. Frame walls can hide nasty things that you can't see from the outside, like mold. Any issues with log walls can be spotted at a glance. If your home flooded, for instance, the moisture would be evident on the surface and could be remediated immediately. More things you'll like about log walls. Actually, that's a big deal. Has anybody ever had their house flooded? I have.
Mm-hmm.
They had to tear the sheetrock off. It was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So is it true that if
Talk
you've been,
about a grand mess.
Yeah, and luckily my insurance covered it. It was $25,000.
Wow.
$25,000. Yeah.
so you stayed in a log cabin, Lou? Is it true that they hold in the sound and hold in heat and cool?
I never thought about it, but yeah, probably so. So when I was a kid, keep in mind I was raised in Detroit, and we used to go to northern Michigan all the time, and there's a lot of cabins in Michigan. And we used to go cross country skiing at this one little place, and it was really cozy. You know what happens? The fireplace, the radiant heat from the fireplace, those logs absorb it. I never even thought about this. So it creates this really cozy feeling. And I bet it's because those logs absorb that heat and then it slowly radiates it out. I never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
Remarkably cozy feeling.
I mean, more
Look at those
pictures.
homes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I mean, these are all gorgeous.
Sure is.
Like, let's see. I mean, look at a little campfire situation right here. Um, oh my, that's so beautiful right here. I mean, imagine like staying in here with the wood column and the I love this. It looks so
Yeah.
architectural. I mean, if you're a architecture person, this is like eye candy to you. Like, look at this. I mean, that takes some real craftsmanship, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, look, the snow and well, it looks like they have some kind of protective layer on top. This red stuff. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
someone that does roofing, and they asked them that question.
Mhm.
Uh, Imagine sitting right here. Look at the chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That looks like deer horns.
Hopefully, it's a
Mm-hmm.
replica.
Hopefully.
It's gorgeous. Look at the little campfire. I mean, you have to. There's nothing like a log cabin home.
Yeah.
We're in the city, so I mean, I'm used to looking at bricks and, you know.
That's nice too.
Remember last time we learned what I forgot the name, but they combined the stonework with the log cabin. I love this chimney right here.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that pretty satisfying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just
What do
warm.
they put between the logs to keep the air out?
Well, back in the day, they used mud.
Yeah.
They used mud. We learned that last time, but
Yeah.
I'm sure some kind of plaster material, or I bet it's even better. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder, do people still build them for their homes?
Oh, they do. I
Yeah.
mean, again, we're in the city, so I mean, the US is huge. I mean, this
Yeah.
website, I mean, shows you or see the process and selection. Like this one gives you the steps. So this website, I mean, there are many steps, but you can select your wood for your home.
Yeah.
Like Western red cedar has the greatest resistance to bugs.
I would love to have a home.
Yeah, what's it? Scribing the
Different.
logs. Look at that. You got to scribe them too to fit the log beneath. Isn't that interesting? I didn't look at this before our session today, so this is amazing. Like you can learn how to make your own log home. Well, see the process and how it's done. I've never thought of that before.
Mhm.
The corners of the building are then scribed and notched out with the power saw. The majority of homes are 10 to 12 rounds high.
Mm.
10 to 12 rounds high.
They
There's a method.
have kits to build the homes. I've seen that done.
Log corners. Look at the roof. The log roof system. There's post purlins and ridge poles. I am not a builder. Wow. You got to think about doors and windows. Wow. So that's a little into how log cabins are built or log homes are built.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That was thank you, Alex, for showing us that. Alex, can I share something real quick on my screen? I just got some devastating news.
What?
Yeah, this was hand built by my great grandfather. His name was Matthew Fronte, and my son was named after him. My son Matthew was named after him.
Oh.
Here's the log cabin that this is on Google Maps, and I'm just devastated. Here we go. Look at this. Google Street View. Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Well, it's abandoned. It's
Oh,
abandoned.
it's abandoned.
Well, look at the date of the
My
picture.
cousin
It
was
says,
living in it. Look at that. Look.
Oh, but it's big.
Lou, take
Yeah,
a look at
he-
the date. It says September 2024.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, I called my
last
cousin.
year.
She's my first cousin. She lives living there. Last time I talked to her was a couple years ago. She
Oh.
may have passed. Look at that. It's a wreck. And right
Oh.
we used to play in this log church right here. And look right here, right there. You know what that was?
What?
That's copper mine log. That's called slag. It's a stone that came out of the copper mines in Michigan. It's red stone. And there's a giant pile of copper. And I know you all are interested, like, hey, where exactly is this? I know you all are thinking that right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you exactly where this is. So hold on. So many drop downs. I can't even see anything on here. I'll show you where exactly this is. So it was in this little town called Mohawk, Michigan. Everything's a log cabin there. Guess who lives in Mohawk? It's
Who?
99% Finnish people. The Finns invented log cabins. So everything in Mohawk is a log cabin. And then look where Mohawk is located. Oh my gosh. This is that house we saw, Garnet Loma right here. And then
Okay.
this is where my ancestors were from. And look where that is. Oh my gosh, that's far up there. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, that's so
for sharing them.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you ever lived in a mining community, but when the
No.
mines run out, you know, times get very, very, very difficult. And my ancestors who stayed back there, you know, they are wonderful, wonderful, hardworking people, but life got difficult for them. So I'm sad to see that the house, that's our ancestral house. I'm sad to see that it may not make it too much longer.
I
Yeah.
would check out some of those additional dates. It said see more dates, see if there's some other pictures at that time, okay?
I'll stop sharing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So our next cabin, have you all ever heard of a woman named Mary Draper Ingalls? Have you all
She
ever
was on
heard of
Little House on the Prairie.
Sorry.
The cabin is a prominent historical landmark here in Radford, Virginia. It's at Ingalls Farm. It's where Mary Draper lived out her life after her harrowing escape from Shawnee captivity in 1755. So here's some background on it. So deeded to William Inglis in 1747, the property was settled by William and his wife Mary in the 1750s. They built the working farm, the ferry, and tavern to transport and shelter some of the hundreds of thousands of settlers traveling westward along the New River. She is better known for her abduction by a tribe of Shawnee warriors during a massacre in the nearby Draper's Meadow in 1755. She and two of her children were taken more than 600 miles away through present-day Ohio and Kentucky before she was able to escape and journey back home in uncharted territory. Her heart-wrenching decisions and sheer will to return to her family have made her story legendary. There's the existing log cabin, something occurred, but they reconstructed it in the early 2000s. The original chimney stones were used in 1909 to construct an obelisk monument in her honor at the nearby West View Cemetery. So let's listen a little bit about more of her story, how Mary Ingalls escaped captivity and followed the New River over 800 miles back home.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Mr. Cass at Middle School, and you're watching West Virginia History in 2 minutes or less. Today we're going to be talking about quite the crazy story, the story of Mary Ingalls and how she was taken by the Shawnee and then made her way back home. Here we go. Most people have probably heard about the story of Mary Ingalls from the book Fall of the River. Mary Draper and William Ingalls married when she was 18 in 1750, and they settled in Draper's Meadow in Augusta County, Virginia. Today that's Blacksburg, Virginia, which is the site of Virginia Tech University. Things had been peaceful between them and the Shawnee from Ohio, but when the French and Indian War started, things turned sour on July 8, 1755. The Shawnee raided Draper's Meadow. Mary and two of her sons, Thomas and George, were among those who were taken. Her husband was not there during the attacks. Some were killed. 3 days after being captured, Mary gave birth to her daughter. With a new baby and a broken arm, she was still able to hold on to her baby with her good arm and continued traveling the very next day. They followed parts of what is now the turnpike to the Cabin Creek area. When they were close to the mouth of Campbell's Creek, they stopped to feast on animals that were feeding on salt licks. Mary and the other captives were now taught how to make salt. They followed the Kanawha and then the Ohio to the capital at the mouth of the Scioto River. Both of Mary's sons were sent away to other parts of Ohio and the Detroit area. A few weeks later, while at Big Bone Lick in northern Kentucky making salt, she made a decision to plan her escape and ask another captive if she would like to come along as well. Mary made the decision to leave her newborn behind because she would cry and get them captured or would likely not survive the escape back home. Natives searched for them for a day or so but then gave up. Days later, they took a horse and some corn from an Indian village near Portsmouth. When they arrived at the Big Sandy, they found a lodgment of driftwood to cross with the horse, but its leg broke and they had to abandon it while crossing. After moving up and down the streams to find easy places to cross, the old Dutch woman blamed Mary for convincing her to leave. She even tried to attack Mary, but she was able to keep her back. As the weather got colder, things got rough for both of them. They survived eating pawpaws, black walnuts, and even digging up roots. They traveled over 800 miles in 40 days, mainly following the New River through West Virginia, arriving home in early December. Mary had 5 more children. Thomas came back when he was 17. She lived to be 83 years old, never knowing what happened to her other children. Most of what we know from her journey comes from her son, William.
Mm.
He was 17.
She had to leave her newborn to escape.
Mm.
Yes.
French and Indian War,
Oh,
1750s.
wow.
Any thoughts? Lou, what'd you think of that? Have you ever heard of Mary Drapel before?
No, but I heard them talk about Detroit. I heard of Mary Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie, but I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, here's the cabin. The cabin by the New River where Mary and William lived out their years after Mary's return from captivity.
Wow.
So can you imagine she traveled all the way here and came back? I mean, in that story, like, how does she survive?
Mm. Off the land.
I mean, she followed the river, and I mean, the person, the woman she was with was like, why did he make me leave? And oh my gosh, like, they just wanted to raise a family, but the wars, it says the French and Indian War brought horrors to the civilian peoples that were caught in its path. So,
Well, that was amazing, Alex.
yeah, Ingalls Farm, in Virginia. So, as Ingalls Farm is still a working property, it is open to visitors on a limited basis. As the family's intention in opening Ingalls Farm to the public is to promote the legacy of William and Mary Ingalls and the history of the New River Valley. It's free.
Oh, that's
9
amazing. Wow.
Virginia.
I wonder if they copied that for Little House on the Prairie show.
Yeah. There's another video that was a bit longer, but really went into the journey there. There are some other famous cabins. Again, I hope you all are enjoying. Have you heard of the Edwin Carter Log Cabin Naturalist Museum? Have you heard of Edwin Carter before? He was a naturalist.
I've heard of Carter, but he was the president of the United States.
No, I think they just have the same namesake. So 150 years ago, Edwin Carter started a museum in his cabin showcasing 3,300 taxidermied animals. He was a pioneer, a gold prospector, and a naturalist. His specimens even went on to become the founding collection of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Edwin Carter.
Wow.
2025, the Edwin Carter Museum celebrate 150 years.
Wow.
Here's some pictures.
That's beautiful.
Wish you could take a look. Wish I could zoom in a bit. But again, some more Edwin Carter. I know the taxidermy part kind of is a little something, but this is what it, looked like. They converted it into a museum.
Wow.
Edwin Carter Log Cabin. There's a lot of information. Yep, Scott County, Virginia. So another Virginia cabin. He was born in upstate New York. He lived in Colorado to 1900. He was a miner, but he observed the destruction of the environment caused by the mining. He decided to collect animal and bird specimens for display before they were all gone. In 1875, he built a log cabin with a 12-foot high ceiling to house his collection over 3,000 specimens.
Oh.
Mm.
Here's him in his log cabin in his museum. This is circa 1875. It says there's only a few photos of him. He didn't have any descendants and he was never married.
Oh. That's something else.
Hmm. His death in 1900, his original log cabin is still in excellent shape after 125 years.
Mm.
So he just wanted to save the environment or do something for the environment, remember the environment, because he was a miner. So, all these different people came from lots of different areas, but they're all connected by log cabins. Another one that we can take a look at is, have you all heard of the Rehoboth Church? It's a log church and another one in West Virginia. It's a log church. Have you all heard of this before?
Yeah.
Never seen that church.
Built in 1786 and still standing. Rehoboth Log Church. This may be the oldest existing Protestant church west of the Allegheny Mountains. 1786. Burnside's Fort. I've never heard of that before.
Oh.
Diamond notched logs. Look at these logs right here. They're in the shape of a diamond.
That's interesting.
Log gable with horizontal poles instead of rafters.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
It was probably put up in a hurry. Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? An earlier but original shingle roof under the modern roof. It looks very, I mean, I wonder what this building is right here, but it looks like a very peaceful place.
Yeah.
Everything's made out of wood. 3 Revolutionary War veterans and 1 War of 1812 veteran are among the graves.
Oh my.
Oh wow. I mean, imagine building the place and being buried next to it or on the place. I mean, isn't that like life goals? I mean, I mean to have built your own place and own cabin and you know your life's work and to kind of be buried there. I mean, that's whoever buried them there had that respect or you know, they'll be there forever. They'll live there forever. I love that idea. Rehoboth Log Church, built in 1786 and still standing.
Wow. Well, Alex, I have one more picture to share if there's time.
Yeah, there's a yeah. I can't believe it's still there. Just going through some other ones if we have any other ones, but we looked at Mary Draples, Ingalls, we looked at the Edwin Carter House, we took a look at some other log cabins. I hope you enjoyed today's session and just learn about some new places.
Well, Alex, I got a couple of pictures to share pertaining to this subject if you have a sec.
Sure, we can end with yours. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks, Alex. So it mentioned that Western red cedar is the most bug resistant of all the woods. And that sparked me to do a little bit of research because where I lived in Seattle, our house was surrounded by Western red cedars. So I want to show you a picture of it. I found a picture of a Western red cedar, which is the most bug resistant tree there is. And believe it or not, our house was surrounded by these trees. Here we go. That's me.
Oh, okay.
See the size of that
Wow.
tree?
Yeah, look
Yeah,
at
that's
it.
lovely.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one over here to the left. That in Washington State, these trees get so big, it's unbelievable. The Native Americans, their whole culture was built around these trees. The Western red cedar was called the shillelagh tree, the tree of life
Okay.
in the lore of the Indian tribes who inhabited the area. And the reason it was the tree of life is you see these stringy bark.
Yeah.
If you pull it off, it's like little strands. And they made baskets out of it. They made thatched roofs out of it. And because the wood
Oh.
was so bug resistant, they used it for housing. They used it for even making canoes, the dugout canoes that you see from the Native American tribes. They're all made out of Western red cedar, out of this kind of wood. So the whole
Oh.
culture of the Native Americans was built around these Western red cedars.
Mm.
I'll show you some more pictures of these trees. That's me again. That's me again.
Okay.
This is a Douglas fir, also on our property. So you know that it's really a wonderful place to live because you're surrounded by these massive, massive, massive trees. Now the Douglas fir is very popular for building things nowadays, like log cabins. That's a popular log cabin material. Why, you ask? Because the Douglas fir grows long and straight. So when you see the cabins like Yosemite and some of those, a lot of them are made out of the Douglas fir tree because it grows
Mm-hmm.
really long and really straight. So I just wanted to end with that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me from back in 2018.
Okay.
You still look the same, Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Lou
still
is
look the
nice.
same. All right, Lou, thank you. I have one more, just some pictures for us, but I'm going kind of across the river. These are the Gasho Zakuri log cabins. So these are
Whoa.
found in the Japanese Alps. These are unique steep-roofed buildings that are designed to withstand heavy snowfall. So even just looking at some of these pictures of these log cabins, I mean, they're quite interesting. I love the way the Japanese and a lot of other cultures have their own style of a cabin and style, and I think it just looks amazing, like some of these. So they're called gasho zukuri, a form of traditional Japanese architecture. I would love to stay
That's
in
a
one of
pretty
these.
building.
Oh, they look how they're so meticulous, and look at this one, this beautiful style right here. I love the way they have everything
What's that
laid out.
roof made out of? It looks like it's like wool.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say.
I love it. I mean, there's so many forms of expression in the world, and even through houses and architecture. Yeah, I mean, it looks like some natural material on the
Yeah,
top.
it looks like yarn,
I mean,
actually.
yeah,
Mm.
there's all different styles. So I mean, there's this one looks like a bear's fur, but it looks so
Like
cozy.
some animal skin.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Wow, look at that,
you
Yeah.
Alex.
know,
Great
these,
recon.
I mean, they're beautiful. So I mean, you can I think all the cabins today were just so gorgeous, and I would love to stay in one to, that sound and that heat and just the
Oh,
comfortability
drive me. Okay,
and
baby.
just being inside of a log cabin. I mean, I would love to be inside of a log cabin one day. So I hope we inspired you today to also maybe stay in a log cabin, and
Oh,
hopefully next week we'll
Alex, I
be
did some
taking.
research on the roof of those Japanese grass roofs. It's called kayabuki, and it's primarily made from dried vegetation like Suzuki, Japanese pampas grass, and also
Oh,
mixed with rice straw.
Mm.
And thank you again. Next week, hopefully, we'll be taking a look at some more DC or Maryland cabins, getting it local, and then hopefully we have a fun surprise for our last cabin session in 2 weeks. But last week we looked at the history of cabins, and today we looked at some famous cabin and cabin styles around the world. So
And
thank you
hey,
all.
Alex, can I make a request for
Yes.
future? I would love to do a story on my ancestors, but not my ancestors, the copper mines of northern Michigan, because it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
yeah.
and I know a lot about it because my family worked in those copper mines, and we were all Finnish. Everybody was from Finland. And
Mm-hmm.
Alex, I would love to lead a session on that.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Wonderful, Lou. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new today, and along with our seniors as well. I hope you all learned something new and are inspired to learn more about log cabins.
Well, I was
Nice.
interested about that one that's down there that's up there in the mountains. That was
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
How
Well, thank
about
you.
the other?
Well, thank you all so much. Again, at 1:30, we're going to have legal counsel on. So let's make sure all to come on and support legal counsel and Miss Emily for joining us. But it was a wonderful session today. I thank you all so much for joining.
All righty.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
Thank you,
everybody.
Lou. Thank you, Lou, for
Yeah.
hosting. Let's
Thank
all
you
say
so
thank you to
much.
Thanks,
Lou.
Alex.
Thank
Great
you for your
job.
pictures, Lou.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Hello.
love it. I hope you
Yeah.
all
Bye,
enjoyed it.
everybody.
Please rewatch this on YouTube, everyone. Thank you
Bye,
so much.
everybody.
See you all soon.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Hope you learned a lot.
See you later.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Everybody have a blessed afternoon.
You too.
Everybody have a
Yeah,
blessed
see you
afternoon.
soon.
See
Bye,
you soon.
everybody.
Thank you so much. Great session today, everyone.